Okay, the other Hardinge lathe here. This machine, excuse me, this one's wired 220 volts, 3-phase. Do a little walk around here. Again, no changed gears or banjos, but you still have the gearbox threading, collet closure. Here's the tailstock. And there's less tooling with this machine, but there's a 3-jaw, some holders, little pieces, collet rack with assorted collets. Same test bar as was in the last machine. There's a shot of the serial number for you. Pull that light. Yeah, that's too much light. That should come across. You should be able to see that. Okay, so same basic setup as before. Right now we're running, might be a little hard to see, I'm getting 0 on the rear indicator there. So there's a, looks like about a 1/10's worth of movement. Okay, yeah, I couldn't see the needle moving before in the other one. You got about a 1/10's worth of movement, maybe even a little less. Okay. And then if we were at 0 there on the end of the bar, we continue to hold 0 on that indicator. We're going to have to walk around the other side. Looks like the that one's off by about a 1/10. Okay. And again, that glare is kind of screwing me up there, but it's about a 1/10 worth of movement there. And picking up the other indicator here. Same thing, about 1/10 worth of movement. Is that you're at 1,000? Is that, yeah. Okay. So we're in the low range now. Oh, that was high range? I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, so now we're in low range. That's 1,000 RPM. Functional brake on this machine. We'll run, run the whole way down to the low end, and then switch it to high speed, then go the whole way up. Just make sure the cold stays off there. Now we're in high range. Okay. Traverse forward, slowing down, speeding up, and reverse. And slowing down, speeding up. There's your in feed. Might want to watch your indicators are still on the test bar, so we just got to be careful how far we feed there. Lead screw for threading. Engagement of lead screw. And engage again. Opposite direction. Do you have, let me have the flashlight. We don't have a handle there on the quick acting cross slide, but it does work. Just spinning it by the end there. And then here's your inside view. Not sure if any more light will be more help or less help. Could you wipe that off so we get it clear? There are little marks and stuff, kind of years worth of just, you know, use and imperfections, but I mean, I can feel where there. It's pretty consistent across. Right here is a very smooth spot, like it, you know, hasn't been making some contact. But other than that, it's pretty consistent across. I don't think it's as deep as the other machine. But again, that's very hard to tell without actual measurement. There's the traversing the carriage, back and forth, feels relatively good. Keep going here. Does get a little tighter. It is a bit tighter, but not as bad as the other one. I will say that. There's your tailstock sliding. So overall, that's the gist of this machine. It does not, as you know, each machine has its pluses and minuses. I think overall this one, the drive and everything about it is in better physical condition. Just doesn't have the taper attachment, the tooling, but is wired 220 volt too, and standard 3-phase 60 cycle, which is easier to work with probably where you are. So look it over and let me know if you have any questions.